Hi, I'm Peter Charles of Hooked for Life Fly Fishing, and welcome to my video on two G.Loomis rods, the Predator and the Short Stix. So let's first look at the Short Stix. It's 7.5 foot long, which sounds like a rather unusual length for a single-handed rod meant for casting for distance. But the benefit of this is you can cast all day with it without getting tired. Especially when you got old shoulders like mine. I mean, you really don't want to be casting all day with a big heavy stick and end up with tendonitis at the end of the day. It gets pretty miserable. So this particular rod lets us fish all day without really getting tired with no penalty with distance. It's amazing. You would think a 7.5 foot rod wouldn't cast as far as a 9 foot rod, but it's not true. This thing goes just as far, if not farther. It's amazing, and it also casts short very well. It picks up line very well. I mean, it's a great little stick. It does an awful lot of things. And I've got a little cute little segment coming up with Dave, my buddy. He doesn't know the camera's on him. He doesn't know my camera's running. It's a point of view camera. And this is his first reactions to casting the short stick that I captured. And you got to realize the guy never swears. He only swears when he gets really, really, really excited. And he's really excited. And none of that, but he's not here. You know what he's doing? He's off at the fly shop buying one of these. He's that excited about it.
Like the line went out.
It still went out, yeah.
It went out. And I'm shocked because I thought, yeah, the loop shape would look like, you know, for some reason. But why? Why would it?
Yeah, exactly. If anything, it'll be tighter.
Yeah.
You're not going through as much an arc as you would with a longer rod.
But what a smallmouth bass rod out of a kayak. Like I said, like you just, I bet you the take detection would be awesome on this.
Can you imagine this for a northern pike? That rod right there.
Look at that. You can still roll a piece of the head out.
Yeah.
And just fling it right out. I'm going to go home and order one right up, eh?
Now this is the Short Stix 910, and there are a number of lines I like to use on it. The main line is the Airflo Sniper 40 Plus in a 9 weight. The 10 weight will work just as well. And now the other line I like to use is the older model Cold Water Salt with a clear intermediate head. Both work exceptionally well. Now the other great thing about the Short Stick is that being so short, it's a great lever for fighting fish. When I first hooked this one, I really didn't appreciate how much pressure I could put on a fish. But as I got further into the fight, I started leaning into it and brought that fish to hand fairly well. When using this rod, we don't have to be bashful about putting the wood to the fish. Just lean into it, crank it back, and get that fish in. And it'll handle fish like this one without any difficulty whatsoever. Okay, let's look at the next rod that I'm going to talk about, which is the Predator. This one is also available in a 910, and you can see it has a switch rod handle. However, it's only 9 foot long. And that's the interesting part about this. It's really a single-handed rod, and we've put a switch rod handle on it. So if you're going to cast it with one hand, you're going to cast it like this, and that's going to work just fine. But the beauty of this is you can also cast it like this. That has a number of benefits. First off, if you're slugging heavy lines and really big heavy flies, and you've got old shoulders like mine, I mean, it's wonderful to be able to cast two hands. But you know where I really get the benefit out of this thing? Is when the wind is cutting on my casting shoulder and I can't cast right-handed, I will go with left hand up like this. And casting left hand up with two hands is actually not too difficult. I think the average guy could take this rod, go into the local schoolyard or park or his yard if it's big enough, and spend half an hour casting like this, and within half an hour, they'll be casting pretty decent. Left hand up is pretty easy. It's great when the wind is coming from the wrong direction. Other than that, it's a basic 9 foot 910 rod, and it will do all the things the typical 9 foot 910 rod will do. But the addition of this handle gives us all sorts of options. And of course the other thing is, if we're fighting a really heavy fish, you know, you can stick the butt in your gut like that, and now you've got some significant leverage. I mean, you've shortened the distance from your top hand to the handle. You've often maybe seen guys grab the blank like this with a typical single hand rod, and the problem is when they do that is they're creating a hinge point right here. and people have broken their rods doing that. So having a handle that you can grip high up gives you a leverage advantage on the fish. So not only can you cast with both hands if you have to, but you've also got a fighting option as well when you're handling heavy, big, heavy fish, like a cow striper, which we wish we would catch, but we haven't seen any yet. Anyway, so here's a segment on the Predator. Just like the short sticks, I'm using an Airflo Sniper 40 Plus line on this rod. Again, 9 weight, and I find it fits the rod quite well, though a 10 weight would work just as well. That would be strictly personal preference, whichever works best for you. Now here I've got a situation where I've got a breeze coming on my right shoulder. So I'm fishing right-handed, but when I go to cast, I pick up and cast, switching to the left hand up grip. And as you can see, it works quite well. The line gets out there quite nicely. No problem, just switch hands. I just roll it out, up, away it goes, and then switch back to right-hand grip. It's very slick, and after you've done it a while, you'll have no difficulty with it. Okay, that's it for the video on these two rods. If you have any questions about it, always feel free to write me through hookedforlife.ca, and I can answer any questions you might have. They're useful for a broad variety of species and a broad variety of uses. Not only are they great for striped bass, but they're great for pike and muskie, any other large saltwater species that we might tackle with a fly rod. I mean, both are great off of a boat. I mean, the short stick is great because it's short. I mean, the Predator is wonderful if you're doing the figure 8 for bass or muskie right beside the boat. It gives you some leverage advantages as well. So, I mean, both are great for big species. They both cast far, and they both handle big flies. I mean, what else can we ask for? Anyway, get fishing with them.